Make sure y'all go to Ice Cube's Twitter and tell him to holler at A2HH Live for an interview. We want him on the podcast. We would love to have Cube on the podcast. I know, some trepidation that some big stars like Cube may have getting on a, uncontrolled environment, or getting in an uncontrolled environment, is maybe hoping that the host won't go out there and do some clout chasing shit. So that's why it's important for y'all to, kind of vouch for the podcast when we reach out. So, we can make this happen. I think we could really have a classic interview with Cube and get a lot of great information going.
I would love to talk to Ice Cube. He's one of my idols. He's the first rapper who ever scared me on record when I was a kid. When I first heard Straight Outta Compton, I was like, oh, this is different.
He's one of my personal favorites, man. And I support everything he's doing. And the fact that, the NBA keeps getting in the way of what he's doing with Big Three, I would love to expound upon that a little bit more. I think there's a lot of unfair narratives that are given to, some of the things that he's doing. And I want to give him an opportunity to kind of clear those up without a filter, because some of the interviews I see him in, it seems like people are combating him as opposed to letting him speak freely to clear some of these misnomers that are out there. So, I just want to give him the stage to be able to do that and talk on hip-hop, too.
A few things with that, and then we got to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
One, we know, quite frankly, that that the NFL has some plantation principles and tendencies still. And I would be definitely like to know what the NBA is doing, and if it falls along the same lines as the NFL with those plantation principles and tendencies, because it's something that definitely needs to be talked about. And here's why it needs to be talked about. There's a good bit of black wealth that gets created and disseminated through major league sports, the NBA and the NFL being the biggest ones.
Mm-hmm.
And so these plantation principles are still keeping us from receiving our full potential. So I would love to hear him unpack that further. Yeah. But here's what I want to leave the audience and with you with, Mike. For the last couple of years, it started when me and my ex were still together. We were looking together, and I'm still looking. But I've been looking at moving outside of this country for the last couple of years, seriously, as my daughter gets older. And when I saw that you had reposted Ice Cube's post today, the way that Ice Cube was talking was why I'm actually considering those things, because this is a man who has money beyond, the average man's wildest dreams, has wealth and power and influence. Like, he'll be the first to tell you he's got a great life. Like, he doesn't sugarcoat even the fact that he has a great life, and he's been very, very fortunate and blessed. And to see a black man of his stature and his power, who I've admired afar, like literally since I was a child, for various reasons. That's what I mean. Mm-hmm. I've admired Ice Cube for various things at various points the whole time.
Same.
To hear him talk this way, Mike, it just lets you know that no matter how much you progress, they're going to treat you like a nigga here. And I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. Like, that shit broke my heart, because it's like, I know the place and the space that's coming from. And it was just confirmation that it really ain't about to get no better, no matter how much paper you get here. You're never going to get the respect that you deserve here as a black man. It's never going to happen. That's what I took away from what he said.
You got to kind of create your own, you got to create your own respect. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what he's trying to do.
But you know what I'm talking about? Like, he's talking about these gatekeepers because they being disrespectful to him. That's fucking Ice Cube.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a great note to leave on. And again, we're going to be trying to reach out to his people so we can set this up. But it's important for you guys to reach out too. So, he can know that he's getting reached out to by a legitimate platform. Black Star, y'all need to get that album back up on Luminary. You have dodged the smoke for the day because we had a lot to talk about. But you might catch that smoke Wednesday. And people are letting us know that it's still not available. Can't con your people, man.
Let's put Black Star on the black screen on Wednesday in the nice, pretty studio show we have now on Wednesdays.
Let's do it.
Let's give them some studio time.
Okay. Well, we'll see y'all in the studio on Wednesday, and y'all gonna see Black Star too.
All on the big screen.